morning. It is Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. All right. So, what a beautiful morning. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Why am I laughing? So it's something interesting. So those of you who have been listening, you know that one of the people left at work, and so yesterday was the first day, you know, that I went to work and he wasn't there. And so let me turn my air conditioner down. I think it's kind of loud sometimes. So my whole day yesterday was great, and I don't know if it has to be. So apparently this person was affecting me more than I realized. I guess because I felt I didn't have any control over it, but when I had that desire to, you know, that person not be there, but I desired that person go somewhere else, and that person did, and so, you know, everything changed. But what's interesting is that my environment changed. And so my environment changed based on my soul condition. And so that's why I'm feeling good, because I'm reaping the results of that desire and the result of the transformation of my own soul. So yesterday was a good day. I started off great. But I also have to be mindful that I am enjoying the external changes. Now, I didn't change anything physically. I sort of did. I moved offices, but some of the things I didn't change, some of the things I did change, and I have to be mindful of what I did in order to feel better. So part of what we do is we change things in our external so that we feel good inside, but it's only short-lived. And so I know something's going to happen. Not something's going to happen bad, but something is going to come in and take away the joy and happiness, because my soul dictates that. There's still things that need to be worked on. You can't have, like, everlasting joy and happiness if you have things that are within your soul that prevent that from happening, or prevent that experience from being your experience. So what I want to talk about today is how to improve your life. Some people want to know how to change your soul to improve your life. And the only way to do that is to recognize what's going on within your soul. So people are like, well, how do I know what's within my soul? Well, you know what's within your soul based on the events that you experience on a daily basis. All of it. All of it. All of it. All of it. I cannot express that enough. Every single thing that happens to you in a day, every day, are messages that, or I should say, is a message to you about something that's within your soul. So, pay attention to your law of attraction. So, pay attention, when I law of attraction, I guess I can touch on that in a little bit. Most people do not know what the law of attraction is. Now, they've heard it. They're like, oh yeah, this stuff in The Secret. And if you're a New Ager, then you have an idea of what law of attraction is, but not in its entirety. And so law of attraction isn't, okay, here it goes. If you are using your willpower, it's not a law of attraction event. So if you are creating within your home a Zen place, a place of peace and joy, and you put flowers and you put all the things that make you happy, if you create that space, you are using your willpower to create that space. It's not the law of attraction. You are willfully, with your energy, with the energy of your body, your physical body, to bring those things to you. That is different than the law of attraction. The law of attraction is when you trip. The law of attraction is when someone yells at you. The law of attraction is when someone brings you money out of nowhere and you don't have to do anything for it. these are law of attraction events, meaning they happen without your control. They happen without your willpower. That is your law of attraction. So yes, some people just receive money. Absolutely. And some people receive money because they work for it. Some people receive money because they're doing something with the energy of their body, their physical body, to make it happen. So those who create, let's say they create a business, right? They use their manpower to create a business, whatever it is, okay? And you start making money from it. Like, oh, my law of attraction is so great. Look at all the money coming in. No, you use your willpower to generate that. That's what's happening. So, understand the difference between willpower and law of attraction. So, law of attraction are these events that come up when someone says, oh, that's nice, I like what you're wearing today. Or, oh, why'd you do that with your hair today? So, all of these are law of attractions. They're coming from the external sources to you. The law is in place and you are attracting it. It's not called the law of make whatever you want happen. No, it's called the law of attraction. What you attract. So if you're attracting it, that means you don't have it. And that doesn't mean you're generating it. It means it's coming to you. The universe is orchestrating everything to come to you. Or I'm sorry, the universe is orchestrating things to come to you. And that's what you're receiving. But most people say, oh, you know, I went and bought this and this is my law of attraction. Well, if you went to work and you have a job and you're making money and they're giving you money for the services that you provided, that wasn't a law of attraction event. That was something you generated with your willpower. So some people just have things handed to them. Some people don't have to work. It's all different. Here's the thing, you know, you can have millions and billions of dollars, you can have $100,000, $300,000, and still have misery in your life. Those are the law of attraction events. So let's say you have like a person like Oprah Winfrey, who is a billionaire, or Bill Gates, who is a billionaire. And constantly he's having money taken away from him left and right, left and right. People are suing him left and right, left and right. Google, left and right, left and right. People are taking money from them left and right, left and right. They're just losing money. That is their law of attraction. Because an outside source is taking it from them. An outside source is creating pain. An outside source is creating discomfort. That is the law of attraction. So we have to look at our law of attraction. So, you know, if you listen to Abraham Hicks, you would think that law of attraction is nothing but rainbows and sunshine, and it's not. It's all the darkness that's within your soul. What Abraham teaches people to do is just focus on the positive, focus on the positive. Meanwhile, all the shit's still in your soul. That's just the way it happens. Now, you can believe whoever you want to believe. That's your business. But I'm telling you exactly how it works. And if you actually look at it and don't deny what I'm saying, you'll actually be able to see it. And then, I mean, it's only benefiting you if you see it. It's not benefiting me. I already know it. I'm taking my sip of coffee without my lid this morning. From yesterday. Not coffee from yesterday. But I kind of like having coffee without the lid. I feel. Alright, so this is my water. I drink my water. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to improve your life, look at the law of attraction events that are happening in your life. Look at your relationship problems. If you are interacting with someone and they're projecting something at you, then that is your law of attraction. That is your law of attraction. It is coming from an outside source to you. And so you have to look at that and ask yourself, why is this happening? Why am I being treated this way? Not why are they doing that to me? Why am I being treated this way? Why am I being treated this way? It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. So when you say, why are you doing this to me? No, that's the wrong question. That is, anytime you focus on someone else, that's the wrong question. Anytime you focus on someone else, you're not going to get the answer because it's the wrong question. You need to ask the right question to get the right answer. And the right question is, why am I attracting this? What is within me? It's always about you. I know people are taught, you know, it's not all about you. Yes, it is about you. It's all about you. And until you get it straight, you're not going to get it at all. So, why is this happening to me? Why am I experiencing this? What is within me? Me, I. Focus on that and you'll be fine. You'll be fine because that means you're asking the right questions. Always ask questions regarding yourself, not regarding others, for you do not have any control over others. And it's not really, unless, okay, so the only reason why you would really want to understand someone is to understand why they're doing it. But that's to understand their condition. But if you're struggling, then you need to understand your condition. You're the person who you need to fix. Am I in the right lane? No. So, why is this happening to me? Why is my boyfriend, why is my girlfriend, why is my husband, why is my wife, why are my children, why is my cousin, why is my grandmother, why is my brother, why is my sister, why? All of these things. Why am I being treated this way by these people? What is within me? And the answer, here's the thing. The answer is how you feel. That's the answer. How do you feel? That is the answer. So when you ask yourself, why am I being treated this way? Feel how it makes you feel when they're treating you that way. And many things will come up. Worthless, insignificant, like you don't matter, like people don't care. That's the answer. That feeling is within your soul. That emotion is within your soul, and that needs to be released. So, instead of feeling sad, or angry, just feel the pain of it. Feel how that makes you feel, because you don't want to feel worthless. And the reason why you don't want to feel worthless is because, is that the popo behind me? It's kind of dark bike though. You're never, and this is where the truth come in, the intellectual knowledge of truth. You were created to have love. You were created to be loved. You were created to feel worthy and to have all the things that you desire. You were created to have all these things. So the reason why it hurts so bad when someone makes you feel insignificant is because you are significant. You're significant to the Most High. But what's happening is someone who is equally as significant. When someone else tries to make you feel other than the truth, you feel pain. And I've said it before, all things that aren't true cause pain. And so people are telling you lies, and that's why it hurts. When someone says, you know what, you're an asshole, and it hurts, it's because that's not who you are. Now, you may be engaging things that hurt someone, and in their anger and frustration, their own denial of their pain, they will tell you these things. But you have to understand why you're in pain. So then if someone says you're an asshole, don't be hurt by it. Ask yourself, why am I treating people this way that would cause them to call me this? And so you have to look at it, and this is where discernment comes in. Am I doing something to hurt them, or am I not meeting someone's addiction? This is why discernment is so important. Because if you're not doing anything to them, for instance, if you're not doing something for someone and they call you an asshole because of that, then it's not true. And now you understand why. Now you understand why someone would say that to you, because it's born out of an untruth. It's born out of their pain. It's born out of their denial of their truth, being in pain. And so you understand that it's not that I'm doing something. It's not that because people call me things that aren't true. But I understand why they call me these things. I understand why they say I'm cold, because they're used to addictions being met, and I don't meet people's addictions anymore. I just don't do it. I don't do it because I want to hurt them. I do it because if I do it, I will be hurting them. I will help them continue on their path of unknowing. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to assist someone in their ignorance. I don't want to assist someone in their degradation of their soul. This is why I don't do it. This is why I don't give money to people who are struggling now, because I understand the reason why they're struggling. They don't fully understand it, but when they ask me for it, I let them know this is why I can't do it, and this is why you're struggling. And it is up to them to change whatever they need to change within themselves in order to change their situation to where they don't have to ask anybody for anything, because the universe will just give it to them. If they're struggling to pay bills and they clean up their soul and they feel that, hey, I'm worthy of this, a job will come along. It will just come along. and they'll be able to generate them for themselves. If they feel that they can't do something for themselves, if they feel they can't generate a decent income to survive or to live better than survival, then they're going to have to change something within their soul. And once they do that, something will come up. They'll get a good paying job, or they'll get a job that's equivalent to what they feel they're worth. This is how it works. So it's not like I'm preventing someone from their happiness. I'm preventing someone from engaging, or I'm preventing myself from being an addiction, a cooperative component to that addiction, which is not in harmony with love. And I'm trying to live my life in harmony with love based on the universal laws. And that's it. See, my soul is more important than anything. It's more important than any of my family members, any of them. My soul is. And until they understand that their soul is more important than any other soul, they're going to continue to suffer. And I'm getting it. I'm getting it. And my life is more calm than it has ever been. And like, I don't know what I saw on YouTube this morning, but there was some wheelchair Willie or whoever, somebody was in a wheelchair. And I'm like, and it was just kind of like they were arguing. I was like, I cringe. I'm like, I can't watch this. I just can't watch this. It doesn't settle with me. Mind you, 5-6 years ago, I would watch that stuff. I'm like, ooh, wow, look at that. You know, it's like, ooh, tell him off, you know, but that's not even in me anymore. That I can't even go there. Arguing? Nah, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Now, I may be frustrated, but I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. Just the thought of arguing is just like, it's so draining. So pay attention to your law of attraction experiences. I know I have some law of attraction. I did not mix this. No wonder it's weird. I didn't mix my cream. So let's use one of these Starbucks. I'm using one of these Starbucks thingamajigs. You know those things, those little green things they put on in the lid so it doesn't spill? Let's see if I can make this turn. Oh, pretty good, Bradley. As I hold one cup, or hold a cup in one hand and stir it the other. Alright. So that's that. Oh, much better. Much, much better. Okay, so look at your law of attraction. Look at the little things that happen to you every day. When things don't go right, when things don't go your way, that's the law of attraction. That's the universe. That's the creator showing you exactly what's going on within your soul. And nobody can ever say, hey, I don't know what's within my soul. Of course you do. It's in your everyday life experience. It's in our everyday life experience. You know, like I said, people have been leaving my life, you know, left and right, at work and outside of work. Friends, or people who I called friends, family, people at work. The people who are abusive to me are just disappearing. They're disappearing. And every now and again, a couple will contact me. And even my brother contacted me yesterday, my little brother. And now he didn't contact me to talk to me. He contacted me because of some other thing. He thought somebody else was trying to get in contact with him. But I know the capability of that person who he was referring to, and I was like, well, if that person wanted to contact you, that person would contact you. You know, so there shouldn't be any doubt about that. So instead of looking around, and he was like, oh, he goes, yeah, you're right. He goes, I did get kind of excited though, so that let me know that he misses his sister, which is I just said it. He misses his sister, and so that's why he called me and said, hey, you know, our older brother, I guess our older brother told him that our sister was looking for him. And it's like, okay, maybe so. I don't know. You know, usually she would call somebody and say, hey, she would generally call me and say, hey, do you have, you know, our little brother's number? But that wasn't done. But he was obviously he's hurting. And you know, some way, shape, or form, he has sadness within him, and he wants the comfort of his older sister. That's what I got from that. You know, I mean, he has access to me. My number hasn't changed in I don't know how many years. So, you know, he called. He just, you know, he doesn't call me. Well, my point is, he doesn't call me with issues anymore. He doesn't call me with issues at all anymore. I don't know if it's because he's not having them. I mean, I kind of talked to him about the law of attraction. I talked to him about how things manifest in his life. So maybe he's changing his life, and he only contacts me when, you know, he's in a good mood. I haven't gotten a phone call where he's in distress in I don't know how long. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. One, because I'm not experiencing it, and two, if he's not experiencing it as much, then that's a good thing. That means that he's starting to work things out with his family, and that's a positive thing. So I don't need to, you know, I don't desire to hear anybody's drama. That's not a desire of mine. I desire peace, and so that's what I'm getting. So, but every now and again, a reminder will come up, because there's still the pain. There may not be the anger. Understand, there may not be the anger that's being generated and sent out from me. So it reduces the interaction with negative people and negative experiences. Those have minimized. But that hasn't changed the fact that the pain that has been created from those people in the past aren't still there. It's still there. And that's why, you know, for instance, certain people will contact me that are very negative and very, they just have a negative energy, and they'll contact me. And that's just a reminder. It's a reminder for me that, hey, this negative person is contacting you because there's something negative within you. And that's my cue to, like, okay, what is it? Because I already know. I'm not going to say I'm fully aware, but I'm aware of these laws. I'm aware of how this works. So I know if I'm not producing anger, and my law of attraction with angry people have reduced significantly, and everything's going smoothly, now it's easier for me to see what dwells within my soul, because now I'm not having to contend with my anger, the law of attraction from my anger, because we have a law of attraction from the pain that's within our soul, and then we have the energy that we send out, which is the anger part, which attracts more of it and more intensely, because anger is a strong. Someone asked me yesterday, why is fear, why do we attract fearful things so easily rather than love? And so I explained to her that the reason why that is because you have more fear, you have more pain, you have more anger. Of course, it's unobstructed. So all this anger that you have with you, it's pure angry energy. It's pure hate. It's pure evil. It's pure sadness. It's pure jealousy. It's just pure envy. It's pure, and there's no love there to soften it a little bit. And so this is why we have to change our view. This is why it's so important to change your perspective, to understand the laws, to understand why these things affect you so much, so harshly, so intensely. And this is what I've learned. I've learned that I learned of the universal laws, and I learned how they operate and how they operate upon me, how they affect me. And so now I'm aware. I'm aware of all of these things that happen. And it's helped me improve my life, because now I know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing in the moment. I understand if I have a reaction, where that reaction is coming from. See, I wanted to become more aware of myself. And so this is how I'm able to see these things take place within my life, because I desire to understand what I was doing. It wasn't about blaming. People who blame will never see themselves, because they're always focusing the blame on someone else. They're always looking at the cause as it being someone else. And so you can't be introspective if you're always looking at someone else. And so I needed to look within myself and ask myself, why am I responding this way? Why am I attracting these types of people? This is how you change your life. It's becoming self-aware. This is what self-aware means. Self-aware isn't like, oh, I see everybody else. No. It's I see myself and why everybody else is coming to me. There are certain people who are in my life and certain people who are not in my life. There are certain types of people that I would love to have in my life, but obviously it's not strong enough. Desire to be amongst certain people is not strong enough. And if it is strong, it can't happen because I have other things in my soul that are precluding that from happening. All of this, it may seem like a lot, but it's not a lot. It really isn't a lot. All the bullshit that you engage in every day is a lot. All the stuff all the rules that you try to live by, that's a lot. Man's way, that's a lot. Trying to fit in, that's a lot. There's too many people with too many ideas and like ways of living, what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this to fit in. You're supposed to do that to fit in. You're supposed to do this because it's acceptable. There's more of those things out there than it is basic truths. If you know the basic truths, everything else falls into place. And you won't have to live by man's definition of the way things should be. Obviously, that's the wrong way. Look at humanity. Look at where we are. Proof is right there. Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. 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 So, that's how you improve your life is look at your law of attraction every single day. Every single day. I mean, you can even look at my law of attraction if you want. I mean, you can tell when certain things are presented to me and when they're not. Like, I've basically been driving this whole way and I don't think anybody has jumped in front of me, which is generally the trend. But like I said, since yesterday was actually pretty good. So yesterday it started off great and it's been great ever since. Like, nothing has changed. Everything is fine. So until if something changes, then that lets me know. And the universe, God has created things like, God does not put you in a perpetual state of suffering. It's like God allows you to have a little break, everything goes fine, and then something will come up. And the reason why it's designed that way is because it stands out. And so you notice it quickly. And you're like, oh, this is different. If your life was a perpetual state of suffering, then how could you tell one lesson from the next? You can't. Because you're just constantly presented with lesson, and it's hard. But understand, by the time you get to that point, it's because you've ignored the lessons for so long. The universe is like having to intensify its efforts to get you to see it. And so this is where you get that nervous breakdown part. I'll just go straight. Right behind this Toyota. See, that was effortless too. That was effortless. Usually I'm having to dodge and wiggle myself in. So, yeah, law of attraction. It's every day. Every day things are happening. Even when things go great. So like like now I'm on my way to work. Everything's moving smoothly. It looks like I'm going to be on time. Yesterday I was on time. Everything's just moving fine. And that's part of my law of attraction too. And so I have to recognize it. And I have to understand the things that are going on in my life that's bringing me this type of law of attraction. Law of attraction is both good and bad, or enjoyable and painful, or pleasurable and unpleasurable. It's all of it. But you have to be mindful. You can't just focus. You can't do, what Abraham Hicks is, focus on the positive, focus on the positive, focus on the positive. I don't know about Abraham Hicks. I really don't. And it's not for me to really judge or anything like that. I just know that the things that Abraham Hicks are presenting is not the whole truth. And so this is why people struggle. I'm serious. Go listen to some of their seminars. Listen to the ones. Just listen to the people in the audience, the questions. I've been trying. Just go to Abraham Hicks. Look at don't look at the short ones that have stationary pictures. Look at the ones where, you can look at those too. But the longer seminars, where people ask questions and you see them, they're all asking questions like I'm trying. Every single last one of them will say the same thing. I've been trying, I get into the vortex, it's just not working. Like I'm trying and I'm focusing, and it seems like I've tried, and then it just blows up in my face, and I try again. And listen to what Abraham says. The same thing. Because you shift your focus. Well, shit, if you tell yourself that, you're a green man when you're a yellow man, of course, hello? You have to keep telling yourself the lie. And that essentially is what Abraham is doing, is telling you to believe, well, I don't want to say lie, but it's a fucking lie. It's like, I don't want to say it, but it is, because you're not getting the whole truth. And if it's not the whole truth, it's a lie. And that's what an untruth is. If it's not the whole truth, it's the untruth. And the untruth is a lie. And this is what we have to come to understand, the truth of this. Yes, Abraham does speak of some truthful things, but the way Abraham presents it is not the whole truth. Therefore, it is the untruth, because they're packaging it as if it is the whole truth, and it's not the whole truth. That's why I say it's a fucking lie, because it's not entirely true. The reason why these people, I mean, I can tell you exactly why these things are happening to these people. I don't know why Abraham, I don't know what condition in the spirit world Abraham is to not be able to see this. I don't know that. I don't know where, but I know where Abraham is not. I may not know where Abraham is exactly, but I definitely know where Abraham is not. And Abraham is not anywhere near the 7th dimension, because Abraham is in the 6th dimension or below. Has to be. And I can't even say the 6th dimension, because there's just so many things that are just completely flat out ignorant and lies, and I don't think anybody in the 6th dimension would be so naive. But hey, I don't know, I'm not in the 6th dimension. But so, you know, when they ask, you know, I've been trying, it's because they don't understand that there's things within the soul. And that's the part right there. Abraham does not understand the soul. Abraham does not understand the soul. If Abraham understood the soul, Abraham would talk about the soul. Abraham never talks about the soul. Ever. Because Abraham doesn't understand it. Abraham may believe that the soul is a spirit body. I don't know. But I know Abraham doesn't know about the soul. What it is, truthfully. Abraham may have an idea of what it is. Like I said, Abraham may believe that it's the spirit body. And that's fine if that's what that person believes, but all their teachings are clearly based in falsehood if that's the case. And so if you're going to talk about something and you don't know the truth of it, then you're preaching a falsehood. And this is why people are struggling, because they don't understand what to do to clear up the things that are preventing them from getting the things that they're desiring by being in the vortex. Being in the vortex. God, I remember that thing just sounded so stupid. Just get in the vortex. You gotta get in the vortex. Well, shit, if you force yourself in the pool, of course you're gonna be in the fucking pool. I mean, that stuff really irritates me. Lies irritate me, and the reason why lies irritate me is because it's part of an emotional injury that I have. Because I was lied to growing up, and so there's a lot of pain that resulted from these lies, because people around me were not able to be honest, and because they weren't able to be honest, they gave falsehood, and meaning they gave me hope when there was really nothing to be hopeful for. Oh, this is trash flying all over the place. These garbage people, I don't know. But part of it is people don't put things in bags. That's part of it. Actually, that's the main reason why trash flies all over the place. So I guess it's not his fault. It's the fault to the people putting loose trash in the bin. Yeah. So, you know, look at our law of attraction. Even with that, even with Abraham, if someone says do this and it's not working, and you're still getting, if Abraham is saying focus on your good thoughts, focus on your desires, focus on what you want, if that stuff's not coming to you, then clearly that's part of your law of attraction. Now you have to ask yourself why. And this is the part that Abraham never talks about, because Abraham doesn't know about it. Of course, I can do all kinds of things. I can do all kinds of things and say, oh, it's my law of attraction. People do this all the time. I see it. They're like, oh, look, I attracted this, I attracted that. Yet they created everything that they're taking pictures of or video of. Have you seen these people? Have you? Look at some of these people who are making law of attraction videos, and they have nothing. They can't even use their willpower to create something because their soul is so degraded. Seriously, look at some of these people who are talking about abundance and do your money little ritual and put it on the platter and burn a candle and the sage and all these different things and put some crystals by because it has powerful money energy, and yet they're not telling you that they can barely pay their bills or they can't go out to eat because they're struggling to make ends meet. I mean, really think about this stuff. People want to believe the illusions that people are, the facade that people are presenting, the public life, if you will. They want to present this persona as not even them. It's someone completely different. I'm early. I'm on time, about 5 minutes early, I guess. So, anyway, yes, if you want to know what's in your soul, if you want to learn how to improve your life, you have to identify these law of attraction events that are happening. So pay attention to all the things that irritate you, that annoy you, whether it's a thought about something or something that happens to you. Just pay attention to things that are not joyful, that are not pleasurable. Pay attention to the things that bring discomfort, and you will find the answer you're looking for. And then once you find that answer, then it's up to you to release it. So you have to be aware of it, you have to identify it, and then you have to be willing, you have to be open and aware to know it's there. Then you have to be willing to release it. There's two parts there. You have to be willing, and the willing part is actually feeling the pain, which is what everybody is running away from. Which is why people don't want to listen to the things that I say, because everything that I say is about feeling your pain, feeling your emotions, acknowledging your emotions, and nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to buy new cars and do this and do that and do this and do that and fly here and fly there and do this thing and do that thing. That's what people want to focus on. They don't want to focus on the pain. If they wanted to focus on their pain to get rid of it, then they wouldn't be engaging in these other things that would take away the time for them to process the things that they need to process. It's really that simple. It's that simple. But hey, you know what? You don't have to do it at all. You don't have to listen to these videos. Like someone said, your video's too long. Don't watch it. That was my response, and don't watch it. Actually, I didn't respond at all, but my response is don't watch it. If it brings you discomfort, stop doing things that bring you discomfort. And if they say, well, I want to know. Well, clearly you don't want to know that much because you don't want it to be that long. You want it to be a 5-minute video. You want the information to be how you want it to be, not how it is. And this is how people live their life. Like, truth is not how you want it to be. Truth is what it is. Truth is going to be long and hard because you're so resistant. That's the truth. People want it in short, oh, okay, now I got it. Let me keep going. Because they want to minimize the effects of any kind of discomfort and pain. It takes away, watching the AJ video or watching my videos that are almost an hour long takes away from people doing other things that they enjoy. And that's part of the addiction. I want to only focus on the things that make me feel good. And I know this video is talking about how to make me feel good, but it's too fucking long. It's just too long. Well, it is what it is. When you live in ignorance for so long, it's going to take a long time to reverse it. An hour video, a 2-hour video is nothing compared to being 40 years old and living in ignorance for that long. It's small. The time is like insignificant, but it holds so much value that's so significant. Anyway, they really doing this subway thing. They really doing it. I don't know if I want to take it. I may take it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's that. If you want to learn about yourself, learn about yourself. If you want to know about yourself, know about yourself. If you want to change your life, change your life. Could I not be any more clear? I don't know. All right, everyone. So take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.